Welcome to the Business of Dance podcast, where you'll learn what it takes to create your dream professional dance career.
Join us as we dive into the insights and experiences of the world's top dance industry professionals, including dancers, choreographers, agents, casting directors, educators, and other dance industry experts.
We explore a diverse range of topics, from personal development and mental skills to audition techniques, creating meaningful industry connections, social media marketing, seeking out dance agents and casting opportunities, on-the-job etiquette, talent unions, pitching to the media, health, finances, and so much more.
Here is your host, Menina Fortunato.
So I'm really excited to have a conversation with today's guest, and you guys are really in for a treat. I first met this lovely lady back in 2012. She was a part of the choreography team for a music video that I was producing for the Hollywood Summer Tour, which many of you are joining us again this summer. Shout out to Natalie Eve Lyons and Fly Styles, who are part of that project. Now, she is originally from Israel, and she began her training in ballet and modern when she was 7 years old. Hip hop did not exist back then, and she learned from watching MTV, if any of you guys are old enough to even know what that is. She moved to New York City. That's where she did train formally in hip hop. After serving in the Israel Defense Force, she decided to travel abroad to India, making her dreams come true. So after a 6-month trip to India, she knew it was time to do what she always wanted to do, which was move to New York City to pursue her dreams of being in the dance industry. Now, she began training at studios like BDC with top choreographers. And then she began teaching over 150 students and kids, building her resume as a choreographer with up-and-coming artists. And then after a few years, she decided to relocate to Los Angeles in 2010. And she has a laundry list of credits working on any type of networks like NBC, ABC, BET, Fox, CBS, VH1, CW, MTV. She's worked on so many different television shows and award shows, anything from the VMAs, the Grammys, the Billboard Awards, Dancing with the Stars, iHeart Festival, iHeart Music Awards, BET Awards, Soul Train Awards, X Factor, The Today Show, Wango Tango, The Ellen Show, Soul Man, American Idol, Jimmy Kimmel, and the list goes on. And she's worked with a ton of recording artists, anyone from Chris Brown, Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato, Pitbull, Ava Max, Jason Derulo, Enrique Iglesias, Jamie Foxx, Nia, Lil Wayne, Mark Anthony, Tyga, Flo Rida, Brandy, Omarion, Pia Mia, No Doubt, Snoop Dogg, Kehlani, and the list goes on. In 2017, she was a judge and mentor on a new Israeli dance show and was the winning mentor. She's also a wife, a mom of 2. Without further ado, please welcome Eden Shabtai. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Wow.
That was a mouthful. I was like, clear my throat. I was like, that's a lot of credit.
It's a little bit.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Well, you have a huge body of work. And I know I touched on a little bit about your early years, but I actually would like to go back to that. I would like to go back to the 7-year-old little girl that was doing ballet and modern. How did dance even enter your life leading up to how it actually became a profession for you?
Yeah. So first of all, hi, everybody. And so nice to see. I see your faces. So yeah, my parents and the people that were around me at that time, million years ago, they said that since I was a little baby, I always moved. I always liked music. And I liked music that usually babies did not care about. I listened to like rock music or Madonna or all the like pop back then in like the 80s. I was always connected to music. I always wanted to listen to music. When I was 5 years old, I used to go to the daycare and ask them to put music. And the second I got there like at 6:30 a.m. and I was just dancing all the time. So it's not something that I always say, like, and a lot of people saying it, but I really feel that it chose me because there's no way to explain it because it wasn't around me. It's not like today that it's everywhere, the social media and that. We did not have none of it from a place that we were around 900 people. that nobody cared about this music or it wasn't in our culture. So it just was in me, I feel like from birth.
I love that. And then clearly somebody saw a gift and put you in dance class. Is that how it happened?
My gym teacher, she
Really?
told my parents, like, there's something about her. I can see that she can do something with it. So you guys should try and push it. And where I'm from, it was a very small community that my parents could not just send me to a dance class. There was supposed to, like, we could start dancing when we were 11. And I needed to get like a special permission from the community to go and start dancing at 7. So
A permission from the community to
because they pay for it. So we
okay.
in a place that everybody, doesn't matter if you're a doctor, if you works in the fields with the cows, doesn't matter what you do, you make the same amount of money. And everything goes to the community. It's called the kibbutz. If you want to Google it after, you're welcome. Today, things are different. But back then, it was still, it's crazy. It sounds wild. But yeah, so I needed to get that permission. And same thing happened later on when I was 16.
Wow. So when did you take dance seriously and finally realize that you could actually do this as a career? What happened? When was that?
That's a good question because I don't know if I really realized that it's a career. I told my mom when I was 12, I told my mom I'm going to move to New York and I'm going to dance on MTV. That was So
you had a vision early.
I had a vision. I don't know how, because it wasn't around. I just watched MTV. I was glued to the MTV. I used to record the videos and learn them, the Wade Robson project. I used to learn all the dances. I really learned from TV how to dance hip hop. And that was my dream. I was like, I want to move. I want the tempo. Because I only dance ballet and modern, which I really love. And I'm really grateful and thankful that I had that kind of training because I think it's so important. But I always wanted the rhythm. I always wanted to like move and just let the body goes. And so when I was 12, I was like, Mom, one day you're going to open MTV and you're going to see me in a music video.
She probably thought you were crazy and laughed.
Thankfully, my parents, they were very supportive of my crazy ways, which is very important to have someone that supports you. But
100%.
even if you don't have that, it doesn't mean you cannot do it. You really just need to have that vision. You need to understand how you're going to do it, where you need to be for it, and just work hard and smart to get there.
So was it your trip to India that really was kind of the stamp of like, okay, I want to do this thing? And what happened in India specifically that ignited this idea that you wanted to move to the Big Apple?
Well, I knew before I'm going to move to New York. I knew that was the plan. When I went to India, I was there for 6 months just traveling because I wanted to just clear my head. I knew that was my opportunity to just travel, see the world, see a different kind of culture. And what's amazing about India and the places that I've been in India is the fact that they don't have nothing, but they have everything. And they have the most important things, which is happiness. And they're just okay with a smile. They're okay with just a good talk. They're okay with just sitting in the nature and just be happy with nothing. And they're the happiest people I ever met in my life.
Wow.
And that shifts your mind a lot. And it gives you perspective. Know what really is important. Because I feel like we're losing it a lot, especially here in the States, especially when you're in LA, especially when you're in this industry. We forget about the little things and the little thing that matters the most. 100%. And it's not necessarily the names on your resume. Trust me when I tell you.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now, when you moved to New York, because you're from another country, I'm assuming you've had some kind of visa obstacle in the way. How did you get the visa to be able to work and live? What was your story behind that?
Yeah, so, wow, I've been through so much with it. Also, because back then I came from a country that did not have the industry. So I couldn't be like, because they want here for your visa, they want you to show them, oh, I'm a superstar in my country. You should give me a chance. I'll make you money. So I'll pay you taxes. And that's really what it is, you guys. So I didn't have anything to show them pretty much. So it took me 2.5 years to get my working visa. It's a long process. And I'm well aware because I'm very involved with a lot of dancers that comes from overseas. And it's getting harder and harder. They're asking for more and more and more things. But you need a good lawyer. You need a lawyer that knows what you need to do and what you need to achieve and show to make it happen. And I see so many dancers nowadays that getting it and they're here and they're making their dreams come true. It's a hustle and it's not easy to get. But if that's what you want, you'll make it happen. Trust me, you're going to make everything happen.
Oh, 100%. I've been through the process myself. It's no easy task from the O1 to the green card. And now I have the citizenship. No more immigration.
Yeah, it's good. They're good for you.
Are you there yet? Not yet?
No, because I have a French passport and I have my Israeli passport and I can't have 3. So I'm just with my green card.
Oh, no. Who says you can't have 3? Is it Israel or is it?
No, I actually don't know if it's the US or France, but I just did not want to give up one.
Double check that because I think there was a time where you couldn't have more than 2, but I have 3 passports and it is allowed now to have 3. But I don't know what the rules are in France.
Yeah, it's because I talked to a lawyer, an immigration lawyer, and he told me that. So I'm okay with that.
Well, as long as you can live, work, and play, you're good.
Okay.
The main reason I got my citizenship is when I left the US to go back to Canada. I wanted to keep my status because if you're out of the country for more than 6 months, you lose your green card. So that's when I was like, I want to be able to still operate my business and still be able to come to the US and make money. So I need to make this a permanent status thing. And I did. So I totally understand the journey on that immigration side. It's no easy task for any international dancer, but I will say that nearly every international dancer that I've ever seen come to the US has thrived because of that roadblock. That roadblock really separates the hustlers and the doers, the action takers versus the dreamers, just the dreamers, because it's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of quote unquote evidence that you have to prove. And you're right, it is getting harder. But at the same token, it's getting harder. But we also, at least when I did it, there was no social media. We didn't have the evidence to show like we do today. So, it's a huge obstacle. So you got your O1, you moved to New York City, you're training at BDC. What ignited the move to LA?
Actually, it was my husband back then, my boyfriend. Yeah. I actually, when I moved to New York, I thought I'm going to be there for 3 months and then I'm going to go to LA because everybody told me that the work is in LA, not in New York. But then I fell in love with New York and then I met my husband and we stayed there for a couple of years. I mean, it's 4.5 years that I was in New York. But the industry there was very weak. But the training there is great. That is a big difference, I think, between LA and New York. The training in New York is so, so good. There are really, really good, real teachers there. We went to visit LA for 3 weeks. He booked a movie after a week.
Oh, nice.
He booked Camp Rock too.
Fun.
You guys probably know it when you were little kids. Yeah. So he booked that movie in Canada. And I was like, wait.
Was that a Toronto movie?
Yeah, in Toronto. Yeah.
Who choreographed that?
Chuck and Rosero. Chuck Maldonado and Rosero.
I remember hearing about that job. I didn't audition for it, but that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he booked it and then he was like, okay, we have to move here. The jobs are here, the opportunities are here. And that was like a sign.
Right.
So I gave the school that I was teaching at, I gave them 6 months and I was like, after that, I'm moving. And we moved. So that was it.
Been since 2010, right? Since you've been in LA?
Yeah.
Okay, so 15 years. Wow, time flies. And I met you in 2012. So I guess it was still in the early stages of of your
Yeah.
career. And then your career took off. Like I remember I met you as an associate choreographer working with Fly, and then suddenly I just see you everywhere. So what was the big explosion? What was kind of the aha moment? Was there a turning point? Because you really, in your prime years of choreography, you were just nonstop, like choreographing for everybody at the time.
Well, it's important for me to say that it didn't come like this at all. I was doing artist development for years and years before that. I hustled. I worked for free. I worked for like $50 an hour, choreographing for artists. Like I've done so many things to perfect my craft. So when that happened, it was probably after when I met Fly, it was after, I would say, 10 years of doing it before. Choreographing on a lot. Like, so it didn't happen overnight. I worked my booty off.
They say it takes 10 years to become an overnight success, and that pretty much aligns with your story.
Literally, yes. So I worked very hard. And the thing is, I knew what I wanted. So I was on Fly, which is a choreographer. He was Chris Brown choreographer back then. I knew that I wanted to work with Chris. I knew I wanted to work with Fly. I wanted to learn from him. I wasn't sure how it's going to happen, but I was writing him on Facebook back then. We didn't have Instagram, or we just started or something. And every once in a while, I was like, hey, like, I'm here if you ever need help, if you never need an assistant, I'm here. And for 2 years, I was like that with him until he gave me a chance to dance with one of his artists. And then again, I was like, okay, but I will dance, but I want to be a choreographer. And we had the same agent. And I was with her as well. I was like, hey, if Fly ever needs somebody, I want to work with him because I wanted to work with Chris. One day, I get a call from my agent, from Tanisha at Block back then. She's like, are you available to choreograph, to assist Fly to choreograph a music video for Chris Brown, Loyal? I was like, what? It's the game. Like, oh, what's happened? Like, what do you mean? If I'm available, like, not even a question. And then I found myself at the audition by myself, teaching. I choreographed it. I done it all by myself. He just threw me into the fire like this. And I was like, okay, let's go. I was like, I'm ready. Because I prepared for it. I was ready for it. And the opportunity came and I was prepared. And that's something that is very, very important, because sometimes the opportunity will come and you're not going to be prepared. And sometimes you're prepared and the opportunity is not going to come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's exactly what they say. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity and they collide. And then people say, oh, you're so lucky. You were
you're so lucky. I was like, no, there's no luck here, you guys. There's no luck.
You were ready for that opportunity. It just came
very,
and you
very
snatched
ready.
it.
I was like, okay, let's go. So since then, pretty much, they say it's that opportunity that comes, that's the wheels starting to roll. And it was like this. It was like, I remember I had 2 months that I had no day off, not even one.
Wow.
I was working every single day. And I loved it so much. I didn't care what it was. I was like, but it was a lot of big artists. Suddenly, it's like you're in the big,
you're in the big leagues.
Finding yourself in every day in a different A-list room, and it was amazing. It was really a dream come true.
Well, congratulations, because I was there to see the evolution from a distance, and it was beautiful to see you thriving. And before the call, we were talking about what was your favorite job. Would you like to share what your favorite job was and why?
So, because you asked me my favorite job with Chris. With Chris, definitely my favorite job was when we did BET Awards 2014. It was a big deal for him as well. He got in trouble back then. So he was very much there all the time. He was in rehearsals and it was a big deal. It was his comeback. So the energy was crazy. The dancers were the best in the business. it's all about energy for me. And that was a huge, huge, huge thing. And it was a huge stage with everything was great. And I always say, you can do something great if not everybody involved are great. You have to have a great team to create something that is great. So that was with him for sure. It's one of my favorite jobs. And
now, outside of him, was there a favorite job, like overall?
Yeah. Fleur East. I don't know if you guys know her. She's a UK artist. She has a really famous song. You probably know her song, Sax. You better play that sax.
Oh, sax. Yeah. That plays all the time. And especially in dance competitions, I hear it all the time.
Yes, okay. I know. This, I was like, she knows it for sure. She just
I just don't know the name of the artist. I heard the song.
Amazing dancer, amazing human. We had 25 dancers. Was X Factor performance in the UK. It was Jamie King directing it. It was crazy. Everything, the clothes, everything was like this. And this is what I'm saying. When it's like that, it's the best. And when the artist is great and she's the most like kind, she's a sweetheart. And that's always a big, big thing for me. So that is for sure a job that I will never forget.
I love that. Well, Jamie King, a lot of dancers, if you don't know who this is somebody you need to research. He's not on social media, which is wild to me. But he is one of the longest working creative directors when it comes to tours. He's creative directed like every single tour. I've had the opportunity. I did one tour with him. And you're right. It takes a team, and his team, and then combined with your artistry and the dancers, I can only imagine that was probably spectacular because everything he touches turns to gold. But dancers, you need to look up what Jamie King is. You won't find him online. He's not on Instagram or TikTok or which is crazy to me, but he's mysterious.
Still working, still doing his thing.
He's still working. He comes from the Michael Jackson era where everything was mysterious. He used to tour with Michael. And I think Madonna, he worked with Madonna.
He did all Madonna stuff.
Yeah, all Madonna.
Prince.
Yes, he's
legendary. Yeah, for sure.
You want Jamie King on your resume for sure, at least once in your life. Okay, so you've done all these amazing jobs. Then recently, you were hit with a real big turning point in your life, but there's a positive story at the end of all this. Would you like to share? Well, you became a mom. I'm sure that created a little interruption with career.
Yeah.
As I understand.
Corona, and then we'll start with the Corona to start the role.
So you had your babies during the lockdown, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my first.
Okay, yeah. So the world shuts down, the industry shuts down. You become a mom once, then twice, and then you're hit with something else. Would you like to share what happened?
So while I was pregnant with my second child, his name is Rise, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was a very aggressive kind of cancer, and everything was moving so fast. And actually, I was diagnosed after I've seen 3 or 4, it's like 3.5, I would say, doctors that told me it's not cancer. And I kept going to check it because something in me said like, okay, like keep going. Something did not feel right. And I felt great, by the way. It's not that I didn't feel good or anything. I felt something. And after doing biopsy, they called me and say, I'm so sorry you have breast cancer. I was 4.5 months pregnant. I didn't know what I'm going to do with my baby. They didn't tell me anything over the phone. They just told me in 3 days you're going to meet with your oncologist, which is the cancer doctor. Because I'm telling you that because I had no idea what oncologist was before. This crazy journey started. Thankfully, they told me I can keep my baby, even though I went through 14 chemo treatments. I went through radiation, the whole shebang. 11 of my treatments were while I was pregnant with my baby. I didn't lose my hair, thankfully, because it was only 2 years ago.
Because your hair is your thing.
I was the first thing I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my hair. That was
I didn't expect you like that.
It's magic, but it's not magic. There is a thing called cold cup that you're putting on your head. It's an ice cup that you're putting on your head while you're doing chemo. And what it does pretty much is just preventing from the chemo to get to the root of the hair. I still had hair shedding, but it was nobody. I hide the fact that I was sick for 9 months until I did my surgery. Most people did not know I was sick. And I preferred it like that because I didn't want anyone's pity. I wanted to deal with it my way. And I'm so thankful that I had the opportunity because cancer has a look. You can't hide it usually. And I was very privileged to be able to go through it this way and not look at myself in the mirror and see a sick person. So for me, it was a big deal. So yeah, that is definitely a life-changing thing. But it's also, for me, it just taught me so much about how important the energy around you is and not to be in places that you're not happy. And I worked with artists that I was miserable doing those jobs. Not everything is the right thing for you. And not every name on your resume is the healthy thing for you. And if there is something I would really want you to remember from all this is if you're not happy, if somebody's hurting you in any way, don't stay. It's never, ever, ever going to be worth it. Trust me when I tell you, it's not worth it. I want you to be in a place that people inspire you and people that see the good in you and want good for you and want to have good energy around them. And that is the biggest lesson I've learned from all this. And I really want you to learn it now.
I love
Be
that.
smarter now.
I love that. Well, I like to tell the mentees all the time, you win and you learn. And sometimes it's during the time of loss that we learn the most and we grow the most and we get uncomfortable with growth and get comfortable being uncomfortable. But it's not about not failing or not losing. It's about how quickly you get back up and that resilience. And clearly you have that resilience. You are here today. You are a cancer survivor. So happy for you and your journey. I have to also give a shout out to your cooking.
Thank you.
If you go on her Instagram, she is a foodie.
I love food. I always like food. And that's another thing. When I was a dancer, everybody's like, back then, you guys, they wanted everybody to be a stick. No, like, I was like, listen, you guys, I would maybe work less as a dancer, but I'm not giving up on my pasta. I'm not giving up on my food. I'm going to still eat. So whatever this happen will happen my way. So food is a
your
big
meals look healthy, though. Your food looks
I eat healthy.
Wholesome ingredients, and it's nothing processed. Yes. It's all made from scratch. And was food a part of your healing? Like, did you give yourself a restrictive diet during your healing phase of cancer? Was food a part of that?
I changed a lot of things. I always ate healthy. I'm also coming from a country that everything is super, like, not processed. Everything is fresh. Food is a big deal. We love to eat. It's all about family and eating and being together. But I did change a lot of things. A lot of the things I changed is not to eat anything processed, no seed oils, no gums and lectin and stuff like that in my foods and products, makeup, cleaning products, everything that is surrounded. It's crazy because when you get into that world, it's a whole very diverse and very overwhelming world.
Once you get into that rabbit hole, though, you can't get out because I went down. I have a different story, different journey, but motherhood is what also woke me up to the foods that we eat and the products that we use in the house, on our bodies, and all the things. And once I went down that rabbit hole, it was no turning back. And
you can't.
Yeah, it's definitely life-changing because I understand now that I didn't understand back then that there's so much of our life is so toxic. The stuff that's around us, our environments, the stuff we put inside our bodies, and we don't really take the time to actually read the ingredients of things that we put in our bodies and actually understand what those things are, which is why we cover nutrition inside the business of dance, because I truly believe as a dancer, if you're not putting good fuel in your body, you're not going to be able to perform at your best. So you just reaffirmed that nutrition is key with healing, a key with survival, key with longevity. I mean, there's so many benefits to food.
100%.
I love my food, and I wish I was as good of a cook as you are. I love making organic homemade meals, but when I look at your stuff,
Yeah,
I'm like,
but I'm cooking. That's all easy stuff, you guys. Just go to my Instagram and you can learn how to cook it. It's super easy and flavorful and it's tasty.
you need to start like a dancing chef reality show.
Hey, whoever wants to give it to me, I'm here available. Let's go.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing so much of your journey, the highs and the lows and the learning lessons. I'd like to open it up to our Business of Dance mentees to have an opportunity to talk to you. We have Liv.
Hi, I'm Liv. I'm from Vancouver, Washington, and I'm 18 years old. And I just wanted to know what changed your mindset from being a dancer to a choreographer, or has choreographing always been like something you wanted to do?
Yeah, that's a good question. I actually choreographed since I was a little kid. I took all my friends and I was choreographing always. I always wanted to see people doing my choreo, like my vision coming to life. So that's something that just was in me from the beginning, but it's not a must to have at all to be a successful choreographer. But for me, yeah, it was just always a part of my life. And what made when I did the shift though, between a dancer and now I'm only going to choreograph, I made the decision. I was around 30 back then. And I told myself, okay, you can't be in a room with people, next to people that you competing with, and then day after audition them. I think there is something that you need to have as a choreographer. You need that respect. You need to understand, okay, I'm putting that to the side, even though it means that I'm not going to work or maybe make money right now. I need to take and do that, make that sacrifice and just decide from now on, I am a choreographer and I'm not going to take a dance jobs because I want also everybody around me to see me this way and for the universe to have that, okay, that's who she is right now. That's what I want to attract into my life right now. So that was it for me. I took that risk and it was worth it.
Thank you.
Did I answer everything? Okay.
Thank you so much, Liv. All right, next up we have Serena. What is your question?
Hi, my name is Serena. I'm 18 years old from a small town in Texas. And I am a dancer, obviously, and an aspiring choreographer myself. I currently teach at a local dance studio, and it's my favorite thing to do. But it's such a difficult thing to find the balance between like technical dance, but also like it's fun, it's energetic, it draws the audience in. Especially with younger age groups, it's hard to find a balance between that. Have you found something that works for you?
You're saying between being a hip hop dancer more commercial than that, or in general being a technical dancer?
In general, like balancing the draw of it, but also keeping the technique and like not losing it.
I think when you're good and you have your technique, it doesn't matter what you're going to do. I think it's always just a plus. It's training. And then you can shit and do everything. Whenever you are a good dancer and you train dancer, you can do it all. You just need to train in all those different things. And the second you do that, it's going to come naturally to you. Just do what you feel. It's a feeling. So
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Serena. All right, next up we have Jade. Introduce yourself and what is your question?
Hi, my name is Jade Robinson. I'm 20 years old. I currently live in Palm Bay, Florida, but I'm originally from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And my question for you is, what is your thought process during choreography and how long does it usually take you to make a piece?
Okay, so I am a choreographer that gets into the room, feel the energy, and it just comes. I never, ever, ever prepared before, but that's me. It just comes. This is why also I need really good energy in the room. Because if I don't have good energy in the room, it's very hard to be creative for anyone. And we're still artists, it's an art. So if the energy is not right, you can't be good with your art. So that's a huge thing for me. I'll be honest, it's usually very quick for me to create.
That's really interesting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's because it's a feeling. It's all about a
Yeah.
feeling. You just need to trust yourself,
Mhm.
listen to the music, understand the artist or
Yes.
the job.
Mhm.
The thing is, for me, to be a good choreographer, you don't look at yourself. You know what I mean? It's not me standing right now and needing to perform. It's like, who is in front of me? Understand who is in front of you.
Mhm.
Know how to elevate that, to know how to create for them, their language, how they speak, how they move, what they want to put out there. So
Yes.
that's what it is. You tell a story and you tell their story, not yours.
Yes.
That's the thing.
That is
'Cause
good. Yeah, I love
everybody's
to
looking at-
Yes, I love to choreograph my own dances. And it's like when I hear that song, it's like, that's it. And I can choreograph the dance maybe less than an hour. But sometimes I try to pick a song and I'm like, I can't even think of the first 8 counts to a song sometimes. Because I'm like, I don't even know what to do. But when it's that song, it's like, I know exactly what to do. And I get what you're saying. Like, it's just the feeling of like, it just feels right to do this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But let me add something to this, because when you work with artists, you're not necessarily going to have music that you like and inspire you. I got into rooms that I hated the music. I'm not going to lie. I did not like the music, but you need to have the skill and you need to trust yourself. You need to it's not about you at the moment. You are looking at whoever is in there. And you need to understand, that's what I'm saying. You're looking at somebody else's and you need to help them now create the best thing that you can create at the moment.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
It's wild that you come into the rooms and just create on the spot. And is that even on the big high profile projects? You don't have anything mapped out beforehand? You just go in cold and work with a blank canvas?
Yes, I can. If I'll do it at home, like I'll stand like this. I'm like, nothing. And the second I go into the studio, I have the dancers, everything just happened.
That's amazing. That's a lot of pressure on yourself too.
I know. So sometimes I'm stressed, but then every time I'm like, okay. You know what's funny? For Fleur, the job that I loved so much, I was like, I don't know, nothing comes. When I heard it first, I'm like blank, like nothing is coming. Like what I'm gonna do if I go to the studio and nothing gonna comes out. And I love the choreo.
That is so wild. I mean, good for you. I do know some choreographers that are like that just create on the spot. And I've done a bit of both. I feel like sometimes I need to be prepared, and then other times we're like, we'll just see what we have to work with when we get in the room. But that's high profile projects. That's a lot of pressure. It's not a choreographing of someone's little solo. This is like doing award shows and tours and
yeah. I just feel like I work better, I guess, under pressure.
I feel that. Yeah. I wish I wasn't like that either, but I feel that.
Yeah.
It just puts a little fire underneath your
It's like, let's go.
And like, let's go. Okay, you got to perform. Let's do this. Ready or not.
They don't give you time, you guys. They don't give you time nowadays. You need to be quick.
Yes, move very fast. Thank you so much, Jade, for your question. All right, next up we have Raylyn.
Hi, I'm Raylyn. I'm 10 years old. And my question for you is, did you get inspired to dance by someone, or did you choose it yourself?
I definitely chose it myself. I didn't have anyone around me to get inspired, but it's not like today you guys looking at social media and seeing the best dancers in the world. I did not have that. I did not have none of that. I did not even have it around me physically. I didn't. So, yeah, it's definitely, you guys are very lucky today to be able to get inspired by other people, and you get much better now because of that, because you see what's out there. You're like, okay, you can top that. And when you have that, you can always get better and better and better and better. And this is why this generation is much better than we were back then.
I love that. Was there, because you mentioned MTV played a huge influence, was there a particular artist or artists that you used to mimic or from? Was it
first of all Michael, of course?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that was wow. All day I used to like. and you see Michael in my choreography all the time. If you pay attention, and like almost in all of them, there is something that is his like vibe,
influence.
Yeah, it sticked with me. Britney. Back Britney Spears was, to me, the best performer of like all time back then.
I didn't know
Remember
you
when I
were a
was
Britney fan?
16? I was looking at her, I was like, oh my God, she gonna be so big. She gonna be the best artist. And I can't believe she can dance like this. And she's a singer. I really remember I was 16, but I was like,
So
is she
what
gonna
you were
do that?
16, so what songs were a hit then?
Was Hit Me Baby One More Time.
One more time. Okay, so you were right from the get-go when her first single came out.
Yeah. When I remember watching MTV and it came on and I was like, wow, who is that? I want to be like her. I want to dance like her with her. That was my, and then my husband, booked the tour with her. That was the end.
Oh, really? What tour did he do with her?
He did Femme Fatale.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, she was one of my first jobs when I moved to LA. And I remember watching her as well on the VMAs when Ray Robson choreographed with NSYNC. I don't know if you remember that performance.
Of course. I knew it by heart.
And I used to copy the moves. And I would remember like, wow, I want to dance on that stage with those dancers. And then a year later, I booked Pepsi and it was with those dancers. But I remember that whole Britney era as well. She was like the new princess of pop.
Wow, she was, you guys. Really, please, if you didn't, go back and look at her award shows back then.
The
VMAs. That was with NSYNC and the one with
the snake
that was pants off.
Yeah, the big snake. But what is it called?
But yeah, VMAs. I'm a slave.
Yes, I'm a slave. I booked that. There's a whole story with that. I booked the music video and then got released 3 days before rehearsals. They booked 50 dancers. There was apparently a miscommunication between director and choreographer. They wanted 1-5, not 5-0.
Oh,
so they cut 35 dancers, and I was one of them. So to see all that VMAs and the music video was like,
I know. But hey, whatever is not yours is never gonna be yours, and okay.
Yeah, but I had Pepsi, so I'm grateful for that moment. I had that. That was at the height of her career before she had her next chapter of life. Thank you so much, Raylan, for your question. All right, next up we have Stephanie. Introduce yourself and what is your question?
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I know earlier, like when you were talking, you were kind of saying like, it doesn't matter who you have on your resume. So that kind of made me curious as to when you're going in for like auditions or like casting or anything, like what are you looking for? Or like, is that like a thing now where people aren't really looking at resume or they are? So I was just kind of curious with that process.
Okay. So first of all, if you're talking about auditions, then for me, first thing, and I said it before, energy. I feel right away if I want you next to me or not. And a lot of choreographers will say the same. And even if they won't say exactly the same, they just don't know how to point on that thing. Because like we want people that will make us look good and people that will have fun with. Because we're together for many, many hours usually. And I don't want to deal with somebody that it's not a nice person, or of course you need to be good, okay? But let me tell you something. I would pick somebody that is good, but very nice over somebody that is amazing and a diva. Absolutely. And again, yes, your resume matters, but what I'm saying is don't stay in places that you're not happy. Yeah, you did it one time. It's already on your resume. It's already there. You don't need to work with somebody like so we talked about Chris. So I was like, Chris, I worked with him for a year and a half. I did probably six, I don't know how many jobs I've done with him, but it's one, I could do one job with him and it's already on my resume. I didn't need to stay for a year and a half to, you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is just resume is important. I'm not saying it's not important, especially when you want to direct a book. Because they're like, oh, they trust her with that. I can take her to the next job. What I was saying is don't stay where you're unhappy. That's what it was. Did I answer you?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. All right. Next up, we have Anaya.
Hi, my name is Anaya Jones. I'm 16 now and I'm from Miami, Florida.
My question is, what mindset or approach do you believe separates good dancers from truly great, unforgettable people?
Okay. So mindset is probably the most important thing. That will, especially in this industry, because it's such a hard one, you need to have such a strong mind, and you need to get to the point that the no's, the maybe somebody said something that you didn't really like, or like somebody screamed or said something, like you can let those things affect you and affect your ability to do your best, especially when you're under pressure, especially when you're in that room. You need to learn how to block those things and know that right now it doesn't matter. And I'm telling you, as your mind needs to be on a level that if you won't let those people get in there while those things happening, you're going to be so successful. You just need to keep going. Get that strength, keep going. If you have a weak mind, you're not going to make it happen in this industry. And you won't. It's too hard. So if it's meditation, if it's to listen to podcasts that is right for your age, and just always work as much on your mind like you work on your body and you go to your dance classes. That is, oh my God, if somebody told me this like when I was younger, that will help me a lot in life, in general in life.
Thank you. You have no idea what you just did, but the first lesson in this program is mindset.
Perfect. I think it should always be that.
Because you can't go into all this learning without having the right mindset before walking into the lion's den, if you will. But mental skills mindset is a huge part of what we do. And I wholeheartedly believe, because those that persevere through this industry are not always the most talented, are not always the most beautiful, are not always the ones that you think are going to succeed. It's the ones that are the most resilient, that have the right mindset, that can handle the rejection. And you have to be mentally tough to make it in this industry.
Very, very. And let me tell you something, because I always said, like, when you think about it, so many people could do Chris Brown before I've done it. You know what I mean? Or instead of me. Okay? There are so many talented people here. But what separated me from most people is the fact that my mind was so strong. I knew what I wanted and I didn't give up. No matter what, I just did. I kept going. I kept reaching out. I knew what I needed to do. And this is why I got it. It was mine. Nobody could take it away from me. No one. And that's really what it is.
I love so much that you're talking about Chris Brown, because there's a reel right now that's going viral of Anaya, and everyone's like, you don't need to be dancing for Chris Brown. And I have to give Anaya a shout out. He just signed with Block a week ago.
Oh, yay.
So she's only 16 and still living in Florida, and Block scouted her out and they were like, you. And she does have that fire. If you see her videos, you'll understand. She's
I want to see.
She's one to watch. I'm gonna say this.
Right.
She's a humble, sweet girl that you would never guess. When you see her dance, there's a whole alter ego that comes out.
I can see it. Just stay humble. Just stay nice. Stay humble. Say thank you to your family that's supporting you doing this. It's a lot.
Takes a village. Well, thank you so much, Anaya, for your question. Next up, we have Aubrey.
Hi, I'm Audrey. I'm 19 years old. I'm actually a hip-hop based dancer myself from Toronto. My question is, what do you think makes a dancer stand out in a room full of talent?
Okay. I'm going to go back to this. Energy, you guys. There's nothing stronger than energy. You don't need to be the most pretty. That is number one. It's the how you go into that room. It's how you carry yourself. That's so important. And then something that is very, very important to me and to most choreographers is your style, how you dress, and because it's a way of expressing yourself and who you are. Okay, it's not only like, oh, like I'm gonna put this cool shirt. No, it's like you're showing me in the way you're dressing, you're showing me you and what kind of person you are. It's much deeper. So, and yes, and a lot of people will say, oh, but they're telling us just to wear black. How can I show my character when it's only, you can. You still can find that. You still can show, like, always think, okay, what would make me look at this person when they go into the room with another 200 people? Like, for me, if I see somebody wear something cool, I'm like, right away, I'm looking, right? I can't hold. It's like, oh, cool. She's cool. Okay, I like her. And I would look at her later. Okay. It's another expression of art.
Great. Thank you so much.
All right. Next up, we have Caitlin. Introduce yourself and what is your question?
Hi, my name is Caitlin Burmester. I'm 14 years old and I'm from Seattle, Washington. And my question is, how has visiting new places and exploring the world shaped you as a dancer? And how has that influenced your dance styles?
Oh my God, I love traveling. And I think traveling is the best part of doing this. You're literally getting paid to go see the world, travel, eat in like amazing restaurants and see beautiful views. But something I have to say, a lot of dancers, they don't get out of their hotels. Don't be that dancer.
Don't be that dancer.
Go and explore. You literally live the life that people pay so much, thousands of dollars to go and travel, and you literally getting paid to go and do that. And it's so important. Talk to people, ask questions. There are so many different cultures and it's so interesting. And I'm so big on cultures. And I always like to put it in my choreo. And especially with my background that is like Middle Eastern. If you see a lot of my choreo has a little like of that. I love putting it in. And that's also something that's separating you from other people as a choreographer. That's your language. That's your roots. Like look for that. Like explore. Don't be so like that. Enjoy it
100%.
as much as possible.
100%. Because you realize after tour life that going back to those places is not.
Oh my God. I was like, I need to pay for it.
And then we have a family, add time. Well, for me, it's times 5. For you, it's times 4. So if you ever get an opportunity to tour, yes, go explore, especially if you get days off. My goodness, I was always like, okay, I got 24 hours in this city. What can I do?
Absolutely.
You have to, and take photos because you may never go back again. So you got to treasure those memories. All right. Thank you so much, Caitlin. Next up, we have Gabrielle.
Hello, my name is Gabrielle. I'm 18 years old. I'm from Quebec, Canada. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for spending time with us today. Yeah, I think my question has like mostly already been answered, but like I was wondering what makes you want to work with dancers again. I know you mentioned energy, but I was wondering if there was like something else.
Yeah. To me, one, it's skills is of course it's important. Okay. If there's something I can't stand is a dancer that with the like standing like yeah. No, always be that. Again, I'm going to repeat that. Like just have the good energy that I want to be able to love you and who you are as a person before who you are as a dancer. So you don't need to be like laughing and cracking jokes all the time because that's also not like, it's not that. But just if you get a correction, then be like, okay, no problem, I got it, and do it and be quick with it and know like, why she's not. Don't be that dancer. To me, that's a big deal. Just you came to work. But also we get that extra, like, it's fun to be together and we can laugh a little bit. And it's a lot. It's just really that. Be quick with changes and stuff and have the good approach and good energy towards that. If somebody like tells you to like change something, that's a big thing.
So take
not a lot of questions, you guys. Choreographers do not like a lot of questions.
Yeah.
You need to figure things out quick on your own or with your bookhand. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gabrielle. All right. I think our last question from our mentees is Genesis. Introduce yourself. What is your question?
Hi, my name is Genesis Porter. I'm 9 years old and I'm from El Paso, Texas. So on your Instagram, I saw you do artist development and I was wondering what artist development is.
Okay. So artist development, I can tell you what it is for me because I think people making it something that it's not. But for me, artist development means that you need to develop whoever is in front of you. And it doesn't necessarily mean dance. Okay? Dance, it's actually the last thing on that list. Okay? So it's so much more within, and you need to really understand who is in front of you and what are their insecurities and how can I make them feel better about themselves, how I can give them more confidence, how can I take whatever they have naturally and elevate that thing, how to walk on stage, how to hold a mic, how to just stand there and have this charisma, how to sing and dance at the same time. It's all training. And choreography comes later on. Choreography is choreography. And some people call artist development and they just go in and teach choreography, but that's not what it is. To development is artists is from the inside out. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much, Genesis.
Thank you.
Now, before we wrap up, is there anything you'd like to share? Is there any upcoming cool projects you're working on? Is there any final advice you want to give? What are your final thoughts?
Honestly, because I do a lot of artist development, I really, really want you to go and study yourself. And whatever you don't really like, change it. The power is in your hand. Record yourself. Whatever you like, keep that. Whatever you don't, just put it to the side. Okay, how can I do better? Again, train your mind so hard. Listen to inspiring people that you like, okay, I want to be like that, or I want to listen to those people. All the rest, block. Literally, just focus on what you want, know what you want, and also know that it's not necessarily going to come in the shape or form of what you think. It might come in a different way. It's going to look different, but just be present and let it be. Okay? And just go after what you want. Go after what you want, but don't forget who you are. And always stay humble no matter what. Nobody wants to be around people that aren't nice. We have enough in this world. We have enough pain in this world. And we just need to be better, do better, be there for each other, hug, love each other more. We all want that, and we can give it freely. So just do it. Easy.
Beautiful words, Eden. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Dancers, show her how we do it. Sending you lots of love your way, some virtual hearts.
I love that.
All right, dancers, thank you so much. We appreciate you, Eden, for spending the time. It was so good to see you again and reconnect with you. And congratulations on all that you're doing.
Thank you for having me. You're amazing. Thank you. You guys in good hands.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And that concludes another episode of the Business of Dance podcast.
We hope you found today's conversation insightful and gained valuable knowledge.
Be sure to join us next time for more inspiring interviews with top professionals in the dance industry.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to The Business of Dance on your favorite platform and take a moment to leave a review. Your feedback is greatly appreciated.
This podcast is brought to you by the Business of Dance online mentorship program to help aspiring professional dancers create their dream dance careers.
Thank you for listening. Until next time.